Welcome to Movies. This is episode 23 for October 5th. I'm going to talk about A Star is Born, The Hate You Give, and Venom. So we'll start with A Star is Born. Follows a Jackson, Maine, Bradley Cooper, a country-born star who is on the brink of decline when he discovers a talented unknown named Allie, played by Stephanie Germanotta. As the two begin a passionate love affair, Jack coaxes Allie into the spotlight, catapulting her to stardom. But as Allie's career quickly eclipses his own, Jack finds it increasingly hard to handle his fading glory. Alright. The companies are... The distributor is Warner Brothers Pictures. Production companies are 22 and Green Productions, Gerber Pictures, Malpaso Productions, Metro Goldwyn Mayer or MGM, Peters Entertainment, and Thunder Road Pictures. The director is Bradley Cooper, which this year he's also done The Mule. Last year he did the voice of Rocket Raccoon. That's actor. Let's see. He's going to be in development of Berenstain to be announced. But I think this is his first director debut movie. He's produced this one, of course, and then in 2016 did War Dogs, and 2014 American Sniper, which he was also in. But we'll talk about him here again in a minute, because he also acted in it. But the screenwriters Will Fetters and Christopher Wilkinson, which Will Fetters also done The Best of Me, The Lucky One, and Remember Me. He's got two in development, Crazy for the Storm and New World. And then Christopher Wilkinson's also done Birth of the Dragon, All Eyes on Me, and Allie. He's got one in pre-production called A Tale of Two Nightclubs, and development of The Green Wave. And he's in discussion of copying Beethoven. And then we'll go to the cast. Well, we've already mentioned Bradley Cooper, so let's talk about him. He played the voice of Rocket Raccoon, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 to 2. He was in 10 Cloverfield Lane. He played Ben. He played American Sniper, the Navy SEAL Chris Kyle. He played in The Hangover Part 1, 2, and 3 as Phil Winnick. Limitless as Eddie Mora. Let's see, we'll go back to 2005 in Wedding Crashers. He's got a few in development, some in talks, some are announced. He's got so much he's got going on that this would be a long show if I did that. Then we'll talk about person that you probably don't know this person by this name, Stephanie Germanotta. Well, if you don't know her, as soon as I tell you what she goes by, you'll know her. Lady Gaga. If you know the name, you know that she's a singer. And she's also acted in Sin City and Dame to Kill For and Machete Kills. And she's in pre-production of Dion. She's going to play Cilla Black. But Andrew Dice Clay is going to play her father. And let's see, Sam Elliott is in it, and Dave Chappelle plays his best friend. The tomato meter says 94%. The critics' consensus is with appealing leads, deft direction, and affecting love story. A Star is Born is a remake done right and a reminder that some stories can just be as effective in the retelling. Oh, didn't mention this, but this movie's been made a couple of times. Um, I think it was played with Chris Christopherson years ago. And I can't remember who played the. But it says 94% of people want to see it. I watched the trailer. It looks really interesting. I don't know if I would call it a chick flick or not, but probably so. I don't know. Alright, we'll move on to The Hate You Give. Alright, Star Carter is constantly switching between two worlds. The poor, mostly black neighborhood where she lives, and the rich, mostly white prep school she attends. The uneasy balance between these worlds is shattered when Star witnesses the fatal shooting of her childhood best friend, Khalil, at the hands of a police officer. Now facing pressures from all sides of the community, Star must find her voice and stand up for what's right. It is based on Angela Thomas's debut novel. The companies are... Distributor is 20th Century Fox, and the production companies are Fox 2000 Pictures and Temple Hill Productions. Then we'll talk about director George Tillman Jr. He also did The Longest Ride, Faster, Notorious. He's in development of I Saw You, and he announced is the Untitled Peter Buckley Project and Untitled Adler Talent Show Project. He's got a screenwriting development of More Soul Food. But he's also produced Mudbound, Barbershop The Next Cut, Rollabouts, and Beauty Shop. And he's got a couple of development there and the concept of one, but we won't go into all that. Or I won't go into all that. Screenwriter is Audrey Wells. They directed Under the Tucson Sun in 2003, and announced is the Fugees. And then they've also screenwrote A Dog's Purpose, The Smurfs, Shall We Dance, Under the Tucson Sun. Development of two movies called The City That Sailed and One Day My Princes Will Come, and announced of the Fugees. And let's talk about the cast. Is Amandla Stenberg. Also in this year is Where Hands Touch and The Darkest Minds. Last year, Everything. Also played a voice in Rio 2. And was in The Hunger Games as Rue. And then in 2011 is Columbiana. And then Regina Hall is in it. Which next year should be a Little. And then also this year, Support the Girls. Last year, she was in Girls Trip. The year before that was Barbershop The Next Cut. And then Think Like a Man in 2012. Scary Movie 4. Scary Movie 3. The Best Man Weddings in Production. And Danica is to be announced. It says completed. If I remember right, she plays Brenda in the Scary Movies. Common's in it. Let's see. And then also Lamar Johnson, Russell Hornsberg, and Issa Rae. Tomato meter rates it at 97%. The critics' consensus is led by a breakout turn from Amandla Stenberg. The hard-hitting, The Hate You Give emphatically proves the YA genre has room for much more than magic and romance. This is 85% of people want to see it. Alright, last but not least, Venom. A parasite attaches itself to a host via a sticky substance that then gives the host special powers. Wow, that's short and sweet. I kinda expect a little more, but anyways. Distributor is Sony Pictures. Production companies are Columbia Pictures and Marvel Studios. Director is Ruben Fleischer, which Zombieland 2 is supposed to come out next year. They directed it. And in 2013, Gangster Squad, and then before that was 30 Minutes or Less. They also did Zombieland 2009. They got an untitled Ruben Fleischer project is announced, but there's no name to it. Development is Babe in the Woods, Spy Hunter, untitled Elderly Drug Mule, The Life and Times of the Stopwatch Gang, Cops, Jekyll, pre-production of Archer and Armstrong. They got some in development of producing, executive producing. Let's see. Also, the screenwriter is Dante Harper, Scott Rosenberg, Jeff Pinker. We'll go to Dante Harper. Also did Sleepless, Edge of Tomorrow, Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. Development of Foundation and the Secret of the Temple. Scott Rosenberg. Jumanji 3 comes out next year. They screenwrote that one. Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. There's some in development in their untitled projects. And then Jeff Pinkner. Also screenwrote Jumanji 3 coming out next year, and Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle came out last year. Also did The Dark Tower. Pre-production of The Red Circle. Development is 500 Rads. And they're going to produce to Fetch. Alright. Tom Hardy is going to play Venom. You probably don't know him, but he played you don't know that he probably did this, but he played a stormtrooper, Star Wars Last Jedi. I don't know. He was in Mad Max Fury Road as Max Rokitansky. Was in Lawless in 2012. He played Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. Inception. All the way back to The Reckoning in 2004. He's got, development is an untitled project. 100 Bullets. Another project. Mad Max The Wastelands in development. My War Gone By, I Miss It So's in development. The Announced is another project. Samarkand. Unreasonable Behavior. And a pre-production is Splinter Cell. And a production is Fonzo. And he's development announced to produce a few. He executive produced Legend in 2015. Also is Riz Ahmed, Michelle Williams, Jenny Slate, and then Woody Harrelson is going to be in it. You'll know him from Zombieland 1 and 2. In Shock and Awe. He was in Solo, a Star Wars story. He goes all the way back TV, and he was in Cheers. He was in the Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. Hunger Games Catching Fire. He's a movie called 2012. But he's been in a lot more movies than what I'm looking at right here. But I'll tell you what the tomato meter says. Tomato meter says 28%. The critics' consensus is Venom's first standalone movie turns out to be like the comics character in all the wrong ways. Chaotic, noisy, and in desperate need of a stronger attachment to Spider-Man. But it says 94% of people want to see it. So, there you go. There's some movies coming out Friday, October 5th. Have fun at the movies. This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.